What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we have a huge update on the Saul Niguez to Liverpool transfer story. Sorry about my voice, I still have a little bit of a sore throat. I caught a cold recently and I'm still recovering, but I'm here still making videos for you guys. So if you enjoy these videos, if you appreciate that I'm still making videos even though when I'm sick, leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. And Saul Niguez's agent has spoken out in the middle of this story that Saul could sign for Liverpool or Barcelona, or even other Premier League clubs like Chelsea are interested in him. So in this video we will see what the agent said. Marca has reported that Saul could be involved in a swap deal with Barcelona because Barcelona want to get rid of Griezmann, they want to sell him and also want to get rid of his astronomical wages. They are negotiating with Lionel Messi. Messi could take a 50% wage cut. That's how bad Barcelona's financial situation is. They still can't register their three new signings, Memphis Depay, Eric Garcia and also Sergio Aguero. So Barcelona are very keen to get rid of Griezmann. It's just the big question is, would Atletico take Griezmann back? Do they want to pay a huge amount of money plus huge wages for Griezmann? And also there are other reports suggesting that Liverpool could make a move for Saul Niguez. Pete O'Rourke is reporting that Liverpool are very interested in Saul. So I translated the article in the Spanish newspaper which states what the agent said. So Joshua Barnett, who is the agent who is representing Saul Niguez, he's from an agency which Saul Niguez is part of. He explains to the IS newspaper that nothing has been decided there yet and that all options are open. So Saul could stay at Atletico, he could go to Barcelona, he could go to Liverpool, he could go to Chelsea. The summer soap opera that Atletico revolves around Saul, and for a week now this has included Griezmann as well. The exchange between Atletico and Barcelona will not be easy, although the conversations between the two clubs are constant. However, the opinion of the footballers also count, and they also have to be convinced. And Griezmann, who is invited to leave to leave Barcelona, wants a lot of wages to return to Atletico, while Saul has several options on the table. And the agent said this: Saul will do with his future what is best for Saul. So he is not looking at what is best for Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. He's only looking at what Saul's career would benefit from the most. The market is very, very tough in Europe because of the pandemic, and there are a lot of avenues open to Saul, including Liverpool, who recently lost Wijnaldum and they want to replace him, Manchester United, who have followed Atletico and Saul for years, and they are again looking for a midfielder, and they are very interested in Saul as well as Chelsea. Barnett himself once warns that nothing has been decided. Saul has as many options to stay as to leave. His representatives recognizes the possibility of a player swap deal with Barcelona, but he does not see it as close as it can be guessed from the published information. The agreement between Saul and Barcelona is not finished, it's not finalized, it's not closed yet. They are in conversation, that's all. And it's a complicated operation that concerns two clubs and two footballers, and that is part of a very, very peculiar economic and financial situation, especially that of Barcelona, because it needs the approval of La Liga. La Liga has a salary cap and Barcelona are way over that salary cap at this moment, so they can't even register their new signings, Aguero, Memphis Depay and Eric Garcia. So how can they get Saul as well? Probably if they sell Griezmann, plus if they sell other players as well. Atletico Madrid's pre-season started on the 7th of July. Saul has been working with Atletico, so he's in a good physical shape. And this week Saul missed 2 days of training, probably because he wants to sort out his future, but Saul at the moment is calm at Atletico. Despite the fact that now the conversation revolves around him at Atletico Madrid pretty much all the time. So that is what the agent said, that basically he has so many options, Saul, and he will make his future decision, what is best for him and for his career. So what do you make of that? Do you think Saul is on his way to Liverpool? I really hope he is, because I think he would be an absolutely fantastic, brilliant signing for Liverpool. He's only 26 years old. His peak is ahead of him. He has the best years ahead of him, and he can easily score 5 to 10 goals with Liverpool next season and beyond. And the Spanish newspapers are reporting that Liverpool are the most enthusiastic about a transfer for Saul out of all the clubs that are interested in him. And that is, I think, a brilliant news, and I really hope that Liverpool can make this deal happen. And former Liverpool fullback Marcus Babbel has told the Goal website that Liverpool, it looks like the problem is that Liverpool looks like the only English club who have a pandemic spending problem. Chelsea wants to spend 150 million pounds on Erling Haaland. Man City wants to spend a lot of money on Harry Kane and Jack Grealish. Liverpool is the only club looking at the money situation. If a player is available and it isn't crazy money, then they will do something. I'm not sure if Jurgen Klopp is 100% sure there is a player for Liverpool, but there is a situation up front where these players need to fight for their place. The problem last season was that everybody knew that Salah, Mane and Firmino were playing, whether they played well or not. And these three players all need pressure putting on them. Diogo Jota brought something different, and he ended up being the best striker, and he was unlucky to get injured for 2 or 3 months. He was the best forward by far, but when you look at Liverpool, they had a lot of injuries in every position, which didn't help. Once they all come back, I'm sure they will fight for the title next season. And I think Marcus Babbel is right. Liverpool need at least one more striker to make competition for places a bigger issue. He also said Firmino is a hard-working player and he isn't scoring too many goals, but Salah and normally Mane will score those goals. Firmino is working for them as well. Mo Salah cannot score 20 to 30 goals unless someone is working for him, which Firmino is doing that. He's a different type of striker. He has done a fantastic job allowing Salah and Mane the space to score goals. It's similar to Emil Heskey when he was playing with Michael Owen. Emil wasn't scoring many goals, but Michael was, because Emil was so hard-working. He occupied 2 or 3 defenders, and then Michael Owen could run in behind and score one-on-one against the defender. The problem is when Firmino is not working hard enough, and that happened too many times last season. They won the Champions League and they won the Premier League for the first time after 30 years. So mentally you can switch off a little. I think this year they have a massive chance to come back and win the title. They will have a freshness about themselves going into the season. And I think Marcus Babbel is spot on. And also Liverpool will probably have a spring in their step. They will have a massive motivation to put last season right and to actually challenge for the Premier League title, because everybody was expecting a title challenge last season. It didn't happen because of many factors: the pandemic, injuries, loss of form, lots of things conspired against Liverpool. But this season, I think with a bigger squad, better players, Harvey Elliott is back in the squad. We have Ibrahima Konate. We have now a much improved Nat Phillips as well. So defensively we should be better than last season. Going forward, hopefully Mane and Firmino rediscovers their goal scoring form, and hopefully Liverpool will sign another attacker before the transfer window closes. And I also want to share with you guys what Ibrahima Konate told the Liverpool's official website about his playing style. He said, "I am big, I am strong, I'm not scared with the ball. I can score more with my foot than my head. It is a little bit strange. This is me. Yes, I have this quality, but I have to work again and again and more for being a very good defender. I'm really excited about playing in the Premier League. This is not even a question. Yes, I've watched some Premier League games. Everybody knows there is so much intensity, strong players. This is difficult, but I will love the challenge. The first game is coming very soon. We prepare for this game and the games in the Premier League and the Champions League, and we will see what happens. I cannot explain how excited I am for this moment to be back with full stadiums and also to play at Anfield. This is too much to imagine this." And I also loved how honest Konate was when he was asked, were you dreaming that when Leipzig played against Liverpool, were you you dreaming then that perhaps one day you could be a Liverpool player? He was very, very honest, and he said, no, I think not, but yes, I was very sad to not play against Liverpool because it is one of the best teams in the world, and when you are a football player, you like to play in these games. We lost and I could not help the team in this moment, and I was sad, but now I'm very happy because I am in this team, so I'm happy to be here. And according to the Daily Mirror newspaper, Liverpool are very determined to sell the likes of Harry Wilson and Marco Grujic this summer to generate some funds so we can sign some players. That's why the movement at the moment is a little bit slow at Liverpool, but once we can move on the likes of Harry Wilson, Marco Grujic, maybe even Sharon Shaqiri and Divock Origi, we could get 40 to 50 million pounds into the transfer budget, and that will free up funds for Liverpool to spend on two players. And also another Liverpool youngster has signed his first professional contract. He's called goalkeeper Fabian Mrozek. He's a 17-year-old goalkeeper, and he is from Poland, and Liverpool signed him from FC Wrocław, a Polish club, and he was a member of the Liverpool under-18 side last season. And also it looks like Liverpool midfielder Marco Grujic is wanted by Sassuolo because Locatelli, who had a great Euros, he scored 2 goals in one game for Italy, he could leave the club and Sassuolo could sign Marco Grujic to replace him. He's valued at around 12 to 13 million pounds, and Sky in Italy report a deal potentially worth as much as 40 million pounds could be the deal to see Locatelli join Juventus from Sassuolo. He's expected to move on because of the great European Championship tournament. Grujic has been with Liverpool since 2016, but he didn't even play 10 Premier League games for Liverpool because he was on loan 2 seasons at Hertha Berlin, 1 season at Porto, and he's 25 years old, so it's better for him to move on. And now let's talk about Takumi Minamino, because 18 months ago it looked like one of the best transfers of Liverpool, that we only signed him for 7 million pounds, and Minamino looked like a proper player. The problem is that he's not an out-and-out striker. He is not an out-and-out winger because he doesn't have the pace for that. He's something in between. I think the best position for him would be in a 4-2-3-1 formation, just behind the striker, where Mo Salah is the striker, Takumi Minamino is just behind him, Jota and Mane on either side, and yes, Firmino in that formation, in that case, is on the bench. But would you bench Firmino if you were Jurgen Klopp and play Minamino in that formation? Probably not. So that's the problem. Minamino would probably play if Liverpool played with a number 10, with an attacking midfielder, but Liverpool's current formation, the best formation is 3 midfielders and 3 strikers, and the 3 midfielders are all like box-to-box midfielders, especially Henderson and Thiago. Wijnaldum is now gone to PSG, Fabinho is sitting a little bit, and Henderson and Thiago are box-to-box midfielders. But Minamino in that role he can't play because defensively he can't really do the same work as Thiago or Henderson, and he also probably doesn't have the passing range of those 2 players. But 18 months in, Minamino, who's still only 26 years old, is already fighting for his future at Liverpool. It seems a little bit harsh, but that's the cold hard truth. He had a really good second half of the last season on loan at Southampton. He scored some good goals, he played quite a few games, and Jurgen Klopp called that loan spell a win-win situation because he plays with Southampton, he gains experience, he gains back his confidence, and he will come back a better and more confident player at Liverpool. So I really hope that Minamino has a good pre-season and he impresses Jurgen Klopp. He said Minamino just has to enjoy his football there again. He doesn't have to change anything or improve anything, he just has to play football, gain confidence and rhythm, and he will be fine. He said that before his Southampton loan, and Minamino did that exactly. He played 10 of the last 17 Premier League games for Southampton. So there was a goal on his Southampton debut against Newcastle, and he scored another one against Chelsea. But he completed 90 minutes only twice, and it looked like Southampton weren't interested in signing Minamino on a permanent deal at the end of the season. I don't think Jurgen Klopp wants to sell Minamino. I think he wants to give give him a full season, and let's hope that he can play regularly, and because that will mean that Minamino is a really good player contributing to the Liverpool cause. There was another problem because Liverpool lost so many centre-backs to injuries. We lost so many tall players. Jurgen Klopp said about this loan move, sometimes it was just the size when defending set pieces because we were not tall enough. These kind of things make the difference as to why one player plays and another does not. So sometimes Origi came on because he was taller than Minamino and he could play offensively and defensively at set pieces. Jurgen Klopp is a big fan of Minamino. He's an outstanding professional, top talent, really good player. The problem is we have a really good squad, and my job is to make decisions based on what I imagine could be the outcome in the game. The people fighting for a place with him were in a really good shape. Shaqiri, when he came back, was in really good shape, and we all know what Divock Origi did in the past for Liverpool. But now these three players, Minamino, Origi and Shaqiri, they find themselves in a similar position. They are not forced out by Liverpool, but if there is a good offer for any of them, then Liverpool could accept a transfer move. I think this is a huge pre-season for all three of those players. Can they show Jurgen Klopp that they have a future at Liverpool and they should be in the Liverpool squad come the start of the season? So good luck to them in pre-season as well, because this is a huge pre-season and a huge season for any of them who stay at Liverpool. And let me know what you think about all the topics that we discussed in this video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later guys, goodbye.